All right. Welcome, everybody, to DNewTech May 2015. My name is Dylan Larkins. I am emceeing the event. I work with Ton Tran, the founder of DNewTech, at his company, Kidpreneur. So we're very excited to get started this evening. We have a guest speaker. We have 4 entrepreneurs ready to pitch to us tonight. Just like to take a minute to thank the wonderful people of Bamboo Detroit for hosting us. So thank you very much. Amanda is over there. Hi, Amanda. Amanda, if you'd like to say a few words about Bamboo Detroit, you can go ahead and make sure to speak up so the mic can hear you.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bamboo Detroit. We're a co-working space for entrepreneurs. We have about 83 members who work out of here downtown. So it's a great spot if you're working from home or just need a collaborative space where you can network, connect to talent, and work downtown. So let me know if you have any questions. I'll be over here.
Thank you very much, Amanda. So Bamboo Detroit is an awesome place. I had no idea this place existed, but it's like nestled right in the heart here, and it's really cool. So I'm really glad to be here. So just the general format of how we do things. We do our introduction, which we're in right now, and then we sort of move into our guest speaker, who we'll have coming out in just a minute. And after our guest speaker is all done, we'll have some entrepreneurs who are ready to pitch their companies to us, or pitch their businesses to us. And how that works is that they will get 5 minutes and no longer. I'm a very schedule-oriented person. I will make sure that 5 minutes on the dot, and then they are able to pitch their companies to us. If they have a presentation on a slideshow, then they can present that too. And after that 5 minutes is over, we will have another 5 minutes for a Q&A from all of you. So you can basically ask the person up here, like, what do you expect to do next with your company? Or how many tacos did you eat on Taco Tuesday? Or whatever you wish. So, and we will have 4 guest speakers this evening doing that. And past that, it is an amazing opportunity to talk with, network, get to know other tech startups, tech entrepreneurs, and other people in the technology world of Metro Detroit. It's really exciting. And it's my first time here. I'm very excited. And I'm already emceeing my first time here. I think I'm doing okay, I think. So we'll find out. So without further ado, I would like to invite our guest speaker, Amanda Chocko. Yes, I got it. Amanda Chocko. She, I'm so sorry, I got to move things. Amanda Chocko, she's the program director for StartGarden out of Grand Rapids. She is going to be talking tonight about a program called Seamless and a little bit about herself. She has an alter ego in the form of a blog called the Feeling Grooming Project, and it's about health and wellness. So,
Let me come back and speak to you about that.
And I will switch over to you.
I need the.
You need to be over there.
Okay.
Yes.
Want to get the.
It works. Okay. The talismans of power.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for. Do I really have to be? I can't see. Okay. Thanks for allowing me this time to speak to you tonight. So I'm Amanda, and I work at StartGarden. Are any of you familiar with StartGarden in Grand Rapids? Any of you not heard of something? You all know about StartGarden? Well, that's awesome. So we're a venture capital firm in Grand Rapids, and we've been around for about 3 years. And in that time, we've funded about 200 ideas and have close to 50 companies in our portfolio. Just moved to a big new space downtown Grand Rapids where we're beginning to incubate some of those companies, and also have a co-working space. If you're ever in Grand Rapids, please look us up and stop by. We're also doing a really exciting new accelerator with some of our enterprise partners. That's what I'm here to tell you about tonight. It's called Seamless. So Seamless is an IoT accelerator. And the way we define IoT is discovering ways the physical and digital worlds connect to make people's lives better. So as we've been working with startups over the years, we've also been developing relationships with a lot of the enterprises in the area. And for the most part, they've been helping us to support the startups either by financially sponsoring what we do, or when we have startups that might be working in their different industries, we can have them as coaches or provide resources to those startups. But they're also looking for their own ways to innovate, which is sometimes difficult for them. And till now, it's been pretty hard for enterprises and startups to actually work together because they really run, it's like the tortoise and the hare. There's startups run really quickly, fail fast, and enterprises are a lot more slow. Startups generally see enterprises as something they plan to disrupt, and the enterprises that we've spoken to saw startups as something that they were going to either acquire or crush at some point, but really didn't pay much mind. But now they're starting to pay attention because they see things are happening quickly. So when you look at it, startups do need access to channel, domain expertise, market knowledge, and customer knowledge, and the enterprises have a lot of that to offer. It would take a lot of fundraising and a lot of years for a startup to equal the intellectual capital that many of the enterprises have. And at the same time, enterprises are looking for more lightweight experiments, higher volume, low risk trial and error learning, and the ability to explore outside of their core, which has been difficult for them to do. They're very good at incremental innovation. When it comes to anything that's really disruptive to their current model, that's been more difficult. But at the end of the day, they all share the same customers. They're trying to solve problems for the same people. So we asked the question, how can we get them together to help their customers and make their lives better? So we think about a day in the life of all of us and how we navigate through our day, whether it's we're shopping, healthcare, buying clothing and personal products, being in our home, in our car, at work. We have unmet needs through that process. And then when you look at all of those areas of a day in the life of a typical person and the things that they interact with, and you look at Michigan, we have #1 global headquarters in almost all of those areas. And when you think about the Internet of Things, we're better to get the things than Michigan because that's what we do best. We make products and manufacture, we have designers, we have engineers, and that's really where our core competencies are. So we've put together Seamless, and the consortium consists of Steelcase, StartGarden, and Amway. Forcia, which is an automotive interiors company out of they're actually located in Paris, is their headquarters. They're global. Their innovation team is in Holland. Priority Health, Spectrum Health, and Meyer. And if you look at the Seamless consortium, as say like a mega company, put all of their capabilities together. Together, they have 308 years of industry experience, $50 billion in revenue. They're in over 140 countries, and they have 20,000 researchers and engineers. And they're making this accessible to the startups that participate in the Seamless program. So we're looking for startups that are looking for these global commercialization partners and are working on Internet of Things in either smart home, transportation, healthcare, retail environments, or innovative workplaces. And those startups that are invited into the program get access to the company's global supply chains, their market channels, their industry expertise. They can become strategic investors, potential partners, customers. Of course, like a typical accelerator, there's seed capital. We have over 50 mentors, half of which are coming from inside the enterprises and the other half from our network in the startup community. And then we also have 20 service providers that are offering up to $400,000 worth of in-kind services together to the accelerator. And that's in engineering, product development, technology development, marketing, to fill in some of the gaps that the startups may have coming in. Applications are open right now. We're going to do 2 accelerators a year for 3 years, a fall and spring. So this one application's open till June 15th, begins September 1 through November 20th. And for more information or to apply, the website is seamlessaccelerator.com. Open up to any questions.
How much money do you have invested in the 50 companies you mentioned that you have?
You have to speak up for everybody over here.
How much capital? Yeah, how much?
So StartGarden was a $15 million fund. We went up to $500,000 per company that we invested in, or we would do that. We didn't do that for all of them. we've spent the $15 million. So now, along with the move, we also have raised an additional fund, and now we go up to 1.5 million.
Okay, so you call that START?
That's StartGarden.
This is different.
So this is where we're part of the coalition. We're managing the accelerator, everything from the creation of it to programs, recruitment, all of that, along with the partners. And we're putting in 50% of the upfront seed capital, and the partners are putting in the other 50%. So each of them will have a stake in all of the startups, and then the ability to invest if they so desire. Jeff?
I'm sure it's probably on the website, but since I haven't looked at it yet, what form does the application need to be in? I mean,
So-
is this really early stage, or is this
Oh.
just business plan written? I mean, what format?
You mean what stage company,
Yeah.
startup? So we're being really open with that. So it could be anything from idea stage to companies that may already have traction in a particular market that are either looking to expand in that market or explore one of these other market opportunities. And the consortium is really looking at the intersection points, and they're very interested in if there's some smart technology that works in your car, how does that transfer then to the home? And you're seeing a lot of that already. You know, if I'm shopping at Myers and, you know, health and wellness seems to be a big category for them. So if you're making, if your refrigerator is helping you with your healthy shopping list, and you're going to, Myers, and they can communicate with you and send you coupons in real time, and how does those healthy choices then translate to your health care and priority health, and maybe getting, discounts on insurance. There's many different scenarios, but we're not being prescriptive with that. Ideally, companies would have a prototype, need to have a team running, are just, really ready to hit the ground running. Early stage, nothing like too far along, but could have already had financing, particular funding.
So there's an approval process, you apply, and if you're approved, you kind of need to move to Grand Rapids?
Yep, for 12 weeks, we would like to locate at least 2 people from their team. Because that just, when you have a cohort, just that energy between the startups and really to be able to access the mentors and the partners and all of the, the programming. But we're not requiring people to stay in Grand Rapids. We want them to then go back to wherever it is their company's going to thrive. And the applications are online, and all of the partners are helping to vet those applications. And the agreement is that we have at least 2 thumbs up from the consortium that they're interested in a company, so we know there's going to be a lot of engagement. There's liaisons from all of the enterprises that are going to be working with the companies in the accelerator, and then being, the person that goes back to the mothership to pull out those additional resources that are needed.
So after the program, I don't know, how are you differentiating yourself from like white and those, white is there and all those accelerator programs? Are you providing funding and resources afterwards too?
Yeah, so we'll, StartGarden might invest, the enterprises might invest, but we'll have a demo day and we'll invite, investors from throughout the country. We'll be working with the startups during, we're not going to wait until that point. We'll help them to acquire funding as needed, during the 12 weeks. So it's pretty much like any other accelerator. I guess the differentiation is the enterprises that are involved. Techstars is doing a lot of the power by Techstars with single organizations. So we just took that model and put it all together.
So your early stage, what do you charge the startup fee?
No, they don't get charged anything. We invest in them, and eventually we'll get an equity stake in the company.
What is the equity stake typically?
Well, it's a convertible note to start with, and then it really depends when they raise money, who leads the round, and what their valuation is.
What's the rate of the convertible note?
6%.
Can't give me a ballpark of what the equity is, what it converts to?
Yeah. Somebody else on my team might be able to do this. I might area of expertise. Does somebody else have a question?
I was just wondering if you could share stories about particular companies that have been successful thus far and going through your program?
Well, this is our very first So we haven't had that yet. This is just, it's brand new, just launched. So I'll come back in November and tell you about that.
How about your best, the first one?
So we have really interesting companies in our portfolio. You know, when you talk about success, there's many milestones that companies go through. You know, success could be that they got their first customer to there's an acquisition. So, you know, it's, you know, are they generating revenue? You know, are they growing? Are things going well? Those are the barometers when they're very, very early stage that we tend to go by. We have companies throughout the state of Michigan and then even throughout the country as well that we work with. So we have some that we invested in that were a bit later stage when we made those investments. So of course they're further along than ones that came through our very early 5K channel when we were doing those weekly 5K investments. And it was just a back of the napkin type thing. Any other questions? Cool. Well, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Amanda. And Amanda, you are more than welcome to stick around. I think you'll be a very valuable addition to our asset for our entrepreneurs who will be presenting. So you're more than welcome to stick around and help us out there. So with that, we would love to go ahead and get started with our pitches for this month. So Vaughn, if you are here, did Vaughn show up? I guess not. Okay, so then we move to our second in line, Maria, so bad at pronunciation.
Gosur.
Gosur. Maria Gosur. She is, I'm going to look at my notes real quick.
It's a weird name, I know.
Maria Gosur is with LivPoz, which helps people living with HIV manage their health care and have a healthy mindset. They started in fall 2014, and Maria would like to share with the audience that she doesn't sleep. So
That's all I got.
I'm not sure if it's due to her business or for other reasons, but
School business.
let's get you hooked up here. Nice retina, by the way.
What's that?
Nice retina,
Oh.
by the way. Okay. And is it there? Yes, it is. Let's get presenting here. Right. Allow. Okay, so left click advance, right click go back, and don't touch that scroll wheel, else it'll just through your presentation. Okay.
Red or left?
Yeah, left is advance. So, and I am going to get the timer set, and you can go ahead as soon as I say. All right, Maria. Timer already here. Okay. Maria, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay.
Ready for a very quick presentation.
Okay.
See how this goes.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so,
Yeah.
I think I should go.
yeah, I don't think it's up.
There.
Okay, there we go. All right. So, daily, timely medications, countless doctor appointments, acute attention to physical health, mental health challenges, and the opportunity for receiving risks towards infections. These are the daily encounters that someone living with HIV may encounter on a daily basis. And having known someone who almost nearly died from this virus, I would say that it's very still prevalent regardless of where the health industry is today. So I'm very excited today to talk to you about LivPoz, a mobile app that helps people living with HIV manage their health care and their self-care. So let's look at some facts. Worldwide, there's 35 million cases, people living with HIV worldwide, 2.1 million new cases each and every single year. If we zero in on the United States, there's 1.2 million people living with HIV, and there's about 50,000 new cases per year. And in our home state of Michigan, there's 20,000 people living with HIV, and 66% of that number is actually living in Southeast Michigan, the Detroit metro area. So the important things to pay attention to is that 30 to 40% of HIV patients do not adhere to their medications properly. And in fact, only 6% adhere to greater than 95%. Why is medication adherence important? Because it's simple. It's life or death. You have to do this every single day. So LivPoz is an app that's going to help people manage their healthcare. They're going to help guide people towards a path of wellness. They're going to help people gain confidence through education, and they're going to help people live with a positive mindset. So how are we going to do that? There's some features that we're trying to implement in our app. One is our medication reminders are going to help people remember when to take their medications and how to take them properly and safely. Drug interaction information is color-coded, so the literacy is very simple for people to understand this information. We have the most up-to-date, scientifically sound resource bank where you can get all HIV-related topics and information at your fingertips. Research shows that you are more likely to reach your goals if you target them, so you can track your progress as well with LivPoz. Research also indicates that you heal faster and you are less likely to get sick if you have a positive mindset. So that's also our kind of notes within the app, is to gear this positive wellness aspect. In addition, you can connect anonymously with people living with HIV through our LivPoz social. You can share knowledge, share stories, and participate in a community that understands each other. So we looked at a lot of competitors, and quite frankly, we're not impressed with it. A lot of the competitors out there it's information-based, but it's missing that emotional connection, that humanistic quality, that wellness attribute that we're trying to do with LivPoz. So our business model, we're still kind of rummaging through that. We're looking at pharmaceutical companies, connecting with health publishing companies, and obviously healthcare providers. And so there's HIV, that's our focus for LivPoz, but it's not to say that our template format can't be applicable to other conditions in the health industry. And currently we are developing our MVP, like our third MVP, and still doing a bunch of UX research and reaching out. We're still at a very beginning stage. We have recently won the University of Michigan Innovation in Action competition, which gave us a $10,000 startup. We just recently received a Jumpstart grant for our prototyping. We're in the Tech Arb Accelerator at the University of Michigan right now this summer, and also the Center for Entrepreneurship, Innovation, and Corp's program there at U of M as well. So to conclude this quick presentation, anyway, to conclude it, what if we could have LivPoz right at the fingertips where someone is diagnosed? What if we could hand them right at that intervention moment, where we could give them a tool where they can have access to a support system and resources? What if we could just kind of help at that very moment? So that is the question we're trying to eliminate, is that what if question. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. What, 21 seconds to spare?
Oh man, I could have went slower.
So now I will reset the timer, and we are going to have about 5 minutes or so for Q&A with Maria and LivPoz. Go.
Well, what's your marketing strategy?
Our marketing strategy, we're very early, so we're kind of like in this, we're still trying to figure out our business model per se, so we don't want to jump the gun and market like right away, because we still are trying to figure out our focus.
You ever think about partnering with a condom company?
No, I have not, actually.
It's kind of, that's kind of the point, right?
Yeah.
Prevent diseases.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might be somebody to be interested and could
That's,
expedite to market.
okay.
It's something that has that kind of like marketing behind it.
Yeah.
A lot of these drugs do, but they're very, they have a lot of
Right.
regulation on them. That could be.
I appreciate that insight. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah. Thanks. In back, I saw that first.
So you don't know yet if you want to build it or you want to sell it?
We do want to, make money from it. We don't want to. We don't know who specifically, I guess, to sell it to right now. We don't want to. People that are living with HIV, they have enough costs, to deal with. We don't want to have them pay for this app. So we're trying to figure out other avenues to work around that. Our goal is it's a social impact goal to help others. So that's our main focus. As cliche as that sounds, that's what our team is on board for. Yeah.
Go for it.
How big is your team?
We have a team of 5 right now.
Well, first I want to say, it sounds like an amazing project. And just curious with sort of looking at institutional partners, what have you found in going to more healthcare providers, hospitals, or what has been sort of the feedback in that?
The feedback has been, a lot of it has been research on what it is that we need to focus on. What are the features we need to focus on, and kind of the niches, how can we best meet people that are living with HIV, what they need first. The feedback has been positive. You know, we have a lot of people to talk to yet. So to say, we're still looking for the pattern, per se, of where to niche.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in addition to talking to like the research people, when it comes to like speaking with people actually afflicted with the disease, how do you find those people? Because I feel like people don't broadcast, you know, that
Exactly,
like
yeah,
that. So how
and
do
that
you
is kind of the wall that we're in right now. Is if anyone has any ideas about how we can make that happen, I would appreciate it. It's hard to get past to even like support groups because they're kind of leery. There's a very strong confidentiality that's associated with this. So that is our hurdle that we're still trying to figure it out. We've got, you know, to talk to people individually on an individual basis, but it's hard when you're talking to one person here, you know, it's very kind of spread out right now. So it's yeah, we're still working on that.
Well, what about your user group or focus group? Could you start out with a support group that can actually use like for free?
Yeah,
or
that's
something?
what we're working on it right now. We're hoping to have something obtainable MVP working within the next couple of weeks, so we can actually have these kind of user testings go out and take it for a while. And the Jumpstart grant to kind of help us fund people, because we'll probably have to have some kind of incentive to bring people in and kind of trust us a little bit more.
So what's your ask for tonight? What is it you're asking for from all of us?
Honestly, it's just an opportunity to kind of share the project. You know, I'm open to any kind of feedback and any kind of, you know, there's a lot of professionals in here that, you know, this is a student startup, so any kind of professional feedback on how to keep going is much appreciated. Yeah.
Where can I learn more information about this?
It's almost like that was cute. You can learn it. We have a website, LivPoz.com, and you can sign up for our updates. Yes.
So thinking down the road after the accelerator, do you guys plan to take on venture capital? And if so, who do you see buying the company if that's part of the plan?
It's not actually in our kind of forefront right now because it kind of depends on how we also, the business identity that we choose would kind of steer probably venture capitalists in one way or the other. So we're trying to avoid that route as much as possible and get, you know, feed it through grants and fundraising because it's a very social kind of route. Not so probably gravitating, I would say, to venture capitalists, but I don't know. So we're still figuring that out.
Time for about one more question.
Okay.
Do you have the same demographic data available for other states as you do for Michigan? So you know 66% of your potential clients are right in the Metro Detroit area. Is that the same for the other states?
Some states are stronger than others. Our focus is in Southeast Michigan. That's kind of where our zero in is on right now. So I don't have like specific numbers for all the states, but it is, some states are stronger than others. I guess it's, you know, high density, there's some cities that are very high density areas and others are, you know, a little more spread out. So we're focusing on high density, which is why we're starting with Southeast Michigan.
I just also want to add in regards to after you're ready for funding, Mission Driver, they support a lot, or at least that's a lot of social.
Michigan Driver?
Mission Driver.
Oh, okay.
So they're pretty much possess a lot of social projects that do.
Okay, thanks.
I had a question, you know, a recommendation that you could check with substance abuse treatment centers, maybe.
Yeah,
for HIV.
that noted too.
And I was curious because I know that there's been apps developed similar for people with mental health illnesses, depression, and hope to get them connected to different social networks online. Some of the conversation there has been, though, could this further isolation, further dependency on just not very personal connections over the internet and further enable people to not seek personal help? You know, whether that would be good for them or not.
Yeah, that is kind of an ongoing debate. And there's other online groups that have been very successful, like Patients Like Me. And the confidentiality is a kind of big thing here. So, and that's something that we'll kind of continue to discover as we're talking to people that are positive with HIV. So, more research yet to do. So, very idea stage right now.
All right, once again, thank you very much, Maria. All right, very good. Next up, we are going to have Mr. Justin Cook. Justin is right over there in the Detroit wear. Let me get his presentation up for you. Justin is here to present what is called Pro Up, which the tagline is connecting youth to real life opportunities. So, watch this. Oh, and Justin, I forgot to ask something personal about you that the crowd would love to know. So is there anything about you that the crowd would love to know?
The crowd should know that I'm very passionate about helping young people reach their goals, identify their passions, and ultimately find success in what they love to do. So, with that...
Here, just a second, Justin, let me get our time.
Sorry, right on.
All right. Justin, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
3, 2, 1, and you're on.
I'm Justin, and it's my pleasure to introduce you all to the Pro Up app. My co-founders and I have dedicated the past 5 years of our lives to youth development right here in Detroit, serving as counselors, coaches, and educators in Detroit high schools. And time again, we've all encountered students who are incredibly talented, but also deeply underexposed to the opportunities that are around them. Students like DJ, a 9th grader at Cass Tech, a high school less than a mile away from here, who loved to draw, and he had talent, but he didn't know what to do with it. So I connected him with a local graphic design program, and it changed his life. He was able to become a freelance graphic designer, build a portfolio, and now he's in a creative advertising program at Michigan State University, a top 5 program. Now see, that's the type of story that we love as counselors. But the problem is, DJ is just one of over 700 students that we're responsible for. And as much as we'd like to, we just can't make these connections have their program requirements. Now, rather than connecting students to just theoretical information like Nadiance and career cruising about different career paths, or limiting ourselves to just internships like internships.com, Pro Up connects students to the variety of opportunities that are available to each student. We make money from the thousands of organizations out there who are looking for students. They pay an annual subscription fee that's based on their company size and the type of company they are. So far, we've met with over 200 students, educators, and opportunity providers. And they all want to know when they can start using our product. Because like us, they're convinced that with the Pro Up app, students like DJ will no longer be the exception, they'll be the norm. And with that, I yield for questions.
All right, with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to spare.
Yeah, I'll let you finish.
Okay, and open the floor for questions for Justin now. Ready, go.
You then you.
Okay, sure. Have you explored the market outside of the Southeast Michigan area?
Yes, absolutely. So I'll explain that with our go-to-market strategy. So we're going to start in Detroit because that's where our network is. That's where we're all from. And then we'll expand to the entire state of Michigan. And part of that is through a strategic alliance we have with the state of Michigan, or that we plan to develop with the state of Michigan. They've expressed interest in developing this partnership that will allow us to promote their Math Squared and Career Jumpstart program. And that'll allow us to expand to the entire state, and then we'll target the top 10 metropolitan areas of the country. Did you?
So when do you launch?
So we plan to launch this fall. So I guess that ties into the ask because we're looking to onboard a technical co-founder. We need a CTO that can speak the language. I mean, I myself would learn coding. I'm learning it right now, but to make this happen in the timetable that we want to make it happen, we need to onboard a technical co-founder. And so we want to get this rolled out, our MVP developed over the summer, and get it rolled out this fall.
Is this targeted only to high school students, or is this also a college level program?
Yeah, sure. That's a great question. And so our beachhead is for high school students only. But then we can see this product being used by college students, and we want to expand upwards and downwards. So we can see college students using it. We can see middle school, elementary school students using it. We just have to start somewhere.
Right.
Could you walk us through like a user experience? So in the beginning, you gave an example of that student that you worked with, and now he's at Michigan State. Can you give like what would that look like through the app? The student going through, clicking. What is that?
Right. Okay, so the student user, because it's a multi-sided platform, so the student user would create an account similar to how they create a Facebook or a Twitter. We want to meet them where they're at, where they're comfortable, or what they're used to, right? They would create their account, and then we would ask them to indicate their interest, a short interest survey. And once they indicate their interest, that's when they'll receive that feed of opportunities from after-school programs, summer camps, internships, and jobs even, that relate to those indicated interests. And then they would just be able to scroll through it. Now that's the student user interface. The opportunity providers interface is more similar to like a monster.com. It's more about recruiting for them, right? So they can post their opportunities and add different search tags to them so that the students that are using the system can connect with the ones that they care about, more efficiently. And then the third user interface is for the schools. And so people like me, counselors or people in the school, coaches, teachers, whoever, they can use the system to monitor the different connections that are happening and follow up with the students. So if a student finds out about a different scholarship or a summer camp, and let's say they need their transcript or they need some other piece of information, then the counselor can see that in their interface and then provide that.
I work with kids in Detroit too around college, and I wondered if this app also promotes the trades.
Yes.
A lot of times that gets left out.
Yeah, absolutely. Most times it gets left out, and that's a big pain point for me personally. So we want to emphasize, we want to focus on the vocational studies as much as everyone else focuses on intellectual studies. We get in trouble sometimes trying to connect students to opportunities in a community college, as opposed to connecting them to a four-year institution or something like that, because it's kind of political, with what the schools are required to do and everything. So, but yeah, that's a great question, and that is our focus actually.
I think we have time for one or two more questions.
So you say you're currently a high school counselor?
Well, no, not anymore. I work as a financial advisor for a company called GLP and Associates. I help teachers set up for retirement now.
Oh. Okay.
But my co-founder, Miles Morgan, he still works at Cody High School as an advisor, and my other co-founder, she used to as well.
Oh, okay. So you have a ready-made audience once you get the app to test it out.
I'm sorry?
You have a ready-made audience.
Oh yeah,
once
it's just it's our friends basically.
I just want to point out, have you heard of Miracle out in Ann Arbor?
I have not.
So basically they focus on recruiting for college kids and actually connecting the students in the university with corporations and building the portfolio while they're in school. So I think it's a great API that they can actually integrate with. They've actually won several awards, so I know that they're looking for integration. Something like that, yours more like the beginning.
Right, so it's definitely in the same space, right?
Exactly.
Speaking of another opportunity, the Skillman Foundation, even though I know you're probably a for-profit entity, has an innovation arm that could potentially get a filter for start funds.
Yeah. So we actually have met with the Skillman Foundation, and they've expressed their support and interest in seeing what we do in the coming months. But yeah, as you said, we're for-profit, so it's a little bit more tricky, for us to try to get funds from them, and it takes so long for a nonprofit like a foundation like the Skillman Foundation to release funds. So we've been focused on taking meetings with different angels and different people that are interested in for-profits. All right.
Okay. Next up, we have. Look up the info here so I don't totally mess up on your name.
It's Kyle.
Kyle Hoff.
And Alex.
And Alex.
Alex.
All right, cool. And these guys are with FloydLeg.com, which is tabletops with designer legs. I'm going to go ahead and hook you guys up here.
Oh, both to that side?
And
Biz grid.
well, that's not what I was expecting.
Messy desk.
Oh, it's not mirroring the display, that's why. It's okay, I can fix it. You just gotta look at these Macs the right way and then they'll decide to cooperate with you. Is it gonna pop up on that monitor or which one? System preferences.
I don't think it's mirrored.
Yeah, I'm opening system preferences right now. It's just taking its sweet time.
Enjoy this photograph.
Kyle and Alex, is there anything that you'd like to say about yourself personally? Like how much you like tacos or something like that?
I like tacos. Quite a bit. Barbacoa. Favorite.
All right, moment of truth.
Ooh. It's alive.
Screen.
Right?
Left next to it.
So,
Gentlemen,
now
I'm
I'm
going to start the timer on. And then, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. You're on.
So I'm Kyle. I'm Alex. And we're with Floyd. We're a sort of direct-to-consumer furniture brand. So we design and manufacture furniture that's simple to ship, adaptable, and really meant for city living. So we started about a year ago with the Floyd leg, which is kind of this product up here. But the idea was that it's a set of 4 table legs that you find a flat surface and create a table from it. And we started with a Kickstarter, and it was about a year ago in January, and then kind of expanded on that to a larger scope of products that kind of with the concept of designing furniture for people living in cities who move a lot, live in smaller spaces, and really are more transient than they used to be. So kind of we're in the process right now of kind of expanding that. We have a larger body of products coming out, and we're relaunching as Floyd in July here. Yeah, so we very much see ourselves as sort of this brand, a furniture brand, but also manufacturing is a really key aspect. Like currently our products are manufactured in and around the city of Detroit, and as we grow our product line, we really see expanding to regionally, like in the Great Lakes region, so as we add on our new products. And tech is a really central part to our company as we sell directly to consumers through our website, so we don't work with any retailers. And so you order product online and it ships next day and it arrives to you in 5 days. And so kind of like taking from this idea, we take inspiration from companies like Warby Parker and Eyewear and Harry's with shaving and fashion, and sort of thinking about how we can create like a full stack company made around for furniture. Yeah, so right now, like IKEA is a $33 billion a year company, which is, if you can't read that, that's over three times what like Facebook does yearly, and we see that as a sort of I mean, they're dominant in the market of furniture, but they're not necessarily direct to consumer. They do like a very small percentage of their sales actually direct to consumer online. I should say online. So what we see is sort of shifting this marketplace is creating furniture that is simple to ship. IKEA is simple to ship in a way, but only through their distribution channels of a big box store. But our products that we create revolve around being very, very much simple to ship and parcel. So right now we actually you want to go next slide. So right now we ship to over 30 countries right now. Our biggest markets are New York and San Francisco, but we have a very large following as well in Japan and Northern Europe, but sort of all built around the concept of, you know, people living in tighter quarters and in more dense cities, and we're definitely, like our trajectory here on out is kind of growing that portion of our products. So sort of the first year, we launched in January 2014, and so the year was a lot about just sort of looking at proof of concept. We released 4 unique products we did a Kickstarter campaign that raised $256,000 and had a lot of press and just like across a lot of publications. But the one thing was we had like sort of sustained sales on our site and started to build a following. And also really recognize, as Kyle touched on, really like who our market is. And definitely people living in denser cities, people who are moving frequently, and living in sort of smaller spaces.
Yeah, so we'll just show you what we have, like what it is right now. So beyond, yeah, so the kind of the concept is more so that all our pieces will come in a bag. They all pack up into something small and are easy to take with you. And sort of in, like the idea and concept came out of sort of reaction to IKEA, where you purchase products that they're in a way disposable and really in a couple of years meant for the landfill. So our products are built around being able to last and being very adaptable to life.
Yeah, so there are 4 legs that come in the bag, and you go out and find a surface material and you can make a table. We also then sort of expanded on that language into a shelving unit. And so so when you sort of see, so this is a utility set for like making a dining table or a work table, and as you can see, it's very much about just sort of fitting into your existing space. It's not really like a showcase piece. It should blend into your lifestyle.
Yeah, and then also, whoa, all right, let's go. Let's get to the end.
Oh man. Wow.
So yeah, to get to the tech side of this.
So we're relaunching the company. If you wanna.
In August, yeah, or in July, and sort of our goal is to really build out this direct-to-consumer end of it. Do you want to go back a slide? But a lot of it ends up being about not just sort of the web experience, but also the back-end manufacturing and supply chain logistics that has become a big part of how we deliver our products among many of our manufacturers, and then also just creating a very a much more engaging web platform. Sorry, that was, I think you can cut it.
Oh yeah, and then we have we're looking as we grow our product line to grow into all these different parts of the home. And so milestones right now, we're just closing our initial round of funding. We have 6 full-time team members work with us out of Corktown. And so we really are trying to build out this sort of in-house tech team. And so like the kind of key part is right now we're looking sort of for a front-end developer, but we have a lot of other aspects to the tech vision that we want to fulfill. So yeah.
That was 30 seconds. Did that end already? More or less.
Yeah, we had to explain a product company and a tech side of it at once, so it's kind of a breeze.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, let's go with some questions.
All right, thanks guys. We're gonna have about 5 minutes for questions. Here we go.
All right, go.
Did you bring a sample?
No, we have pictures.
But the whole idea
Stop by our
is
studio in
Corktown.
Yeah.
Bring it and show us.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Small table.
That's fair.
I mean,
Yeah. No.
show and tell.
Buy ride. Come by. 1401 Vermont Street.
Missed opportunity there.
We've had some pretty interesting ones. People use like, what do you call those things? Like, they're like, God, I forget what they're called, like stamping tables. Like there's like those grids and people put things in them. I mean, we've seen all sorts, like a old door from a ship, and then like a wheel. Yeah, it's crazy.
Today we had somebody send us a photo of, they had a smaller table set up, and then they had a larger surface that they tucked away against their wall. So when they had friends come, they could use sort of that table for, a wider, for entertaining a more amount of guests. So it really worked sort of to be a really flexible setup in their space.
What's the end game?
End game. So our big thing is we're scaling right now, and we want to take a chunk out of that $32 billion IKEA does a year, and I think we're looking to shift the kind of the method of furniture consumption right now, and really it's about creating products that are meant to last, and we're looking to scale pretty aggressively.
Yeah. Now, did your initial customers, or the ones that are buying now, did they come from your Kickstarter, or did you do some other marketing strategy?
It's been pretty organic marketing, and a lot of it was Kickstarter, but thereafter has been sort of continual like press and a lot of press here, but also in Europe and some Asian countries as well.
Have you leveraged the like Made in Detroit brand or piece of this?
Well, I mean, so like with our Kickstarter, we didn't really bring that up much, like at all when we were sort of launching the campaign, and we kind of, because we wanted to build really just like an innovative company and be known for producing like great products, and we happened to start it here, and it very much
reflects like the existing infrastructure here of the manufacturing. That's, you know, like we're a relatively new company, but the companies we work with are a couple generations back and have really diversified and are continuing to, you know, work here. And so yeah, we wanted to emphasize more of it being on the product than sort of a made in Detroit kind of company.
So I have a e-commerce background, so it's all about the numbers. What are your most encouraging metrics, whether it's top level sales, average order value, stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I think most encouraging is just the number of visitors we get daily through our site, and I think, I mean, we have been consistently selling with no marketing since our Kickstarter. It's continually growing, and that's kind of the reason we're taking our funding, is to sort of, one, scale our infrastructure up and sort of our inventory, but also start to do some actual paid marketing and innovative marketing methods to kind of add some fuel to the fire.
How are you making these?
How? Yeah, we have a supply chain that's sort of, we've set up that's around the city.
Do you have a factory you work in?
Yeah, factories.
Is it in the US or in China?
No, it's in Detroit. Oh, I mean, it is in the US, which is, yeah, it's in and around the city of Detroit.
So you can scale with them?
Yeah, we can scale. Well, but we're also looking, we are looking to make it in and around the city, but also in other regions or other cities in the Great Lakes region as well. So we're looking to kind of leverage a lot of the manufacturing processes in different cities throughout the Midwest who might have expertise in different areas. So yeah, but mostly we are definitely focused on keeping it in this area for sure.
Do you have any chair designs?
Do you have any what?
Chair designs.
That might be in the pipeline. Yeah, we're working. So kind of we see our product release, which we kind of flew through at the end, is kind of working within these lines of, you know, living spaces. So like we'll have like a bedroom line that we're working on right now that is products that all sort of ship in the same method, but are, you know, kind of roll out, you know, biannually or 3 times a year in sort of different collections of an apartment space.
I have a question.
Oh, okay. That was a signal.
That's the problem with the cameraman. It wants to ask a question. So why the name Floyd?
So Floyd is actually, I would be the 4th Floyd in a line of Floyds, but it got like cut off by my mom. So it's also an F shape when we started. It's delayed. It's a clamp, but yeah. So they were all steel mill workers too. So there's a little bit of that tied in as well.
All right. Thank you very much. Hi,
Thank you guys.
Alex. Okay. Cool. So that was exciting. Got to hear about lots of cool stuff. I'm 22. I might be moving soon. Who knows? I might need a new table.
Any announcements?
All right.
So sorry for the heat. Someone turn the air conditioning off.
Yeah, for the camera.
It's too noisy.
Too noisy?
Couldn't hear the audio on the camera. Drowned out the audio.
It's Detroit. We can sweat it out.
Can I turn it off?
No, it's fine.
It's like
we're going to be done.
No, don't look at my password. No.
Turn it back on.
Whatever you guys want to do.
What happened to the 4th? Didn't show up? The 4th person didn't show up?
I don't believe so. Vaughn is not present unless they're hiding behind an alter identity. No? Okay.
Ask for announcements.
All right. So, thank you once again to all of our entrepreneurs for giving your wonderful presentations. I'm sure lots of networking will be going on in a few minutes here. I'd sort of like to open up this time to the floor to share any local goings-on or events that we might want to be aware of as tech entrepreneurs or as entrepreneurs in general. I'm going to usurp my position as MC and say that we have, I work for Kidpreneur, which we're based out of Wixom. We teach kids technology and entrepreneurship skills. And we are on May 15th and 29th, we are holding 2 what we call demo days, where our students who have been with us since September in our 9-month programs will be presenting their projects that they've been working on for the last 9 months. I personally teach Minecraft classes. Yes, I get paid to teach Minecraft classes. It's pretty cool. And I have one of my students in particular, his name is Lyric. He's 10 years old. He's about this tall. He's a very small 10-year-old. And he runs his very own Minecraft server. He's got web hosting He's got a website. He accepts donations through a PayPal account that his dad set up for him. He goes around school pestering his friends to get them $5 bills so they can be a higher rank on the server. And he's got his own little enterprise going there on the server. So he's got mini games that he's built and designed. He's learning about game design. He's learned how to do Linux server administration, Windows server administration, edit configuration files, write Python. They're working in Python right now. So all sorts of cool stuff. We've got kids from 3D printing and video production, robotics, all sorts of cool stuff presenting at our demo days. So if you're interested, then you can talk to me or you can talk to Tom over there who's hiding because he's embarrassed that I'm talking about his company. But yeah, we've got that going on. So that's going to be cool. Again, the 15th to the 29th. Okay, that's it for me. If anybody else has any events that they'd like to talk about, then by all means.
Yeah, last weekend of this month, end of May, is Startup Weekend Detroit Social Entrepreneurship Edition. So basically, if you've never done Startup Weekend before, it's the whole weekend where you come on Friday, you pitch your idea, you form teams, you work Saturday all day, and Sunday you work a little bit more, and then you present. And there are prizes. There's a lot of cool mentors there that are experienced and they're going to help you out. And if you're thinking about being a part of a startup, or you're trying to find team members for your startup, it's a great place to find developers, to find marketers, to find those kind of people. And even if you don't continue that company, you can make some great connections and have a great time. So yeah, just Google Startup Weekend Detroit and it'll come up there, so check it out.
If you'd like to come by to see the lakes tomorrow, we're having a happy hour from 4:30 to 6 p.m. at Pony Ride. It's at 1401 Vermont Street. Yeah, it's just going to be hanging out. Should come out. Cool.
And our new tech, bigger than this, probably twice as big, they're happening on 19th of May. So I think it's at the law school, right?
Yeah, we just had the beer night, the drink up last night.
Yesterday.
That's like 2 weeks off from the actual A2NewTech. But the A2NewTech is very, very much like this.
And then for DNewTech, we're not going to be here for next month, but coming back in July, I think it's going to be one sponsored by TechStars Mobility by Ted Sipinski. So his group is actually hosting the one in July, so come on and check it out. I think that's going to be a huge one. I think they found an office out in, I can't say, but it's good. It's a really good place.
We were also given a gift this month that I would love to mention. We were given Jeeps 32, is that how you say it?
Yeah, there's a couple of
Jeeps,
32,
okay.
yeah, one.
So these things are pretty cool. They're data rescue flash drives. So basically, if you have an old computer that the hard drive is, that you don't want people getting the stuff off the hard drive and you just don't want to have to deal with that transfer over FireWire or whatever, you know, Mac, then these guys will do the job for you. Plug it in, it'll get the data that you need. There's two 32 gigs and bigger one, or?
No, that's actually only up like 1.7, but they work with external drives.
Okay, they work with external drives as well.
Drive.
So I know this would be very handy if I have a student in my class who completely destroyed their computer through not having any ad blockers, and now they need a new computer and save the data, so that would be pretty cool. So if you want more information, you can talk to, yes, talk to Alex back there. He gave us the
interface on it?
I'm sorry?
What does it plug in? It plug directly into the disk?
Yeah, it's a flash.
It plugs directly into a USB drive. So if you have any computer that's been built since '98, they're all USB compatible and work on any of those PCs. Doesn't work on that.
All right, so it's not direct, it's USB.
So yeah, I think that's a pretty cool thing. All right, so thank you once again for the Jeeps. All right,
sponsors.
Just a quick thank you to our sponsors, once again to Bamboo Detroit and Amanda for hosting us this month, so thanks again, Amanda. Also to our big sponsor, Tech248. It's started up by L. Brooks Patterson, actually, of Oakland County fame, and they are a big sponsor of us. So they've got their event coming up next week, right? And I
can't remember the exact time. We've got a very full schedule. But they've got their event coming up next week. They're a big sponsor of us. They enjoy what we do. We enjoy what they do. So thanks again to Tech 248. And once again, thanks to Tom Tran, our founder back there, for starting up the whole DNewTech thing back. To meet with US CTO Megan Smith and the founder of Meetup.com. We're both there. There were only about 30 people invited from the entire United States, and Tom was the only one from Michigan who was able to go. So that was very, very cool. So the word is spreading. They're very supportive of DNewTech. So yeah, and I guess that's all. I'm kind of a newbie here, so if there's something I'm totally missing, please let me know.
If anyone's interested in drones, the next Desktop Drones meetup is this Saturday, the 9th at Bell Lot. So you can talk to me for a card, and it's on meetup.com/desktopdrones.
DJI?
I have my own company, so okay.
I'll still check it out. All right. If that is all, then once again, my name is Dylan Larkins, and I am the brand new MC, and I probably screwed a whole bunch of things up. I'm so sorry. I tried my best, but I will get better. I promise. So once again, thank you. So.